Good morning, student. Welcome to the class. So today's topic is checking for existence of a key. Usually, membership operators in and not in works with dictionary as well, as we are knowing. But they can check for the existence of keys only. To check for whether the value is present in dictionary, you need to write proper code for that. So proper code for that means you have, if you the value is there in the dictionary, so you have to check with the help of in and not in. So to use a membership operator for a key's presence in a dictionary, you may write the statement as per syntax is given below here. Key name in dictionary and key name not in dictionary. Like this you have to ask whether your key name is in your dictionary or not. So the in operator will return true if the given key is present in the dictionary, otherwise false. The not in operator will return true if the given key is not present in the dictionary, otherwise false. So here consider the following examples. Example is given here. One key name is employee 1 equal to salary 10,000, age 24, name John. And here we are here the dictionary name is salary EMP1 equal to, and this is the these are the key and the value. Then here we are calling age in employee 1. Age in employee 1 means here we are asking whether the age in employee 1 means in the employee 1 dictionary age key is there or not, key name. So again it comes to true because age is given here. Then again we are checking if in our employee dictionary John name is there or not. So in our employee dictionary John name is not there, so it returns false. Then John not in employee 1. John not in employee 1 means not in means we are asking about that John is not in the employee 1, so it comes to true. And age is not in employee 1, if you are asking, then it comes to false because age in employee 1, in employee 1 dictionary age keyword is there. So please remember that the operators in and not in do not apply on values of a dictionary if you use them with dictionary name directly. That is, if you search for sometimes within or not in operators, something with in or not in operator with a dictionary, it will only look for the keys in the dictionary and not values. For example, if dictionary 1 is the uh, dick 1 is the dictionary name, so here age is given here, then name is also given here, name keyword is given here, salary is given here. So here if you are calling the name in dick 1, so it comes to true. Then xyz in dick 1, so it comes to false. Why it comes to false? Because only we have to ask the dictionary name means key name only, it returns false because we are searching the value of dictionary using, so here the value is not display, only the keyword will be displayed here. So however, if you need to search to a value in dictionary, then we can use the in operator with dictionary name and the values like this xyz in dictionary dot value function, so it turns to true. Now printing a dictionary, you generally use print function to print a dictionary in Python. Example, if you have a dictionary as winner name, dictionary name winner, under that key is given Nihar, value 3, Rohan key, value 5, Jeba key, value 3, Roshan key, value 1, and James key, value 5. If you have give the print to print Python to give result, so only print you have to give, the default value will be printed here like this. Now from the above style of printing dictionary, you can still make out the keys and values, but if the dictionary is large, then should not there be any way of printing dictionary in a way that makes it more readable and presentable. So where there certainly is a way, there certainly is a way. For this you need to import JSON module by giving statement import JSON. Recall all the programs import a statement with the help of this at the top. So if you are writing this function, so dumps function of JSON module as per syntax. So here JSON.dumps dictionary name and intent n. N is a number. If you had a number, then here you have to write print JSON.dumps, where you have to write the dictionary. There you have to write the dictionary name under the bracket, and indentation we are giving the value 2. So key values pairs in separate lines and 2 space in front of every line, because of you had given the indentation 2. Indentation means you have, if you want to give the space, so indentation, after that you have to write the value. Like this it will print. Then counting frequency of element in a list using dictionary. Since dictionary use key values to store data, where to store data its element, you can use these phasors effectively if you are trying to calculate frequency of elements and sequence such as list. So you can do this as create an empty dictionary first, then take up an element from this list. This list is given here, the list item 1, list item second, list item, like this you have to give, and then check the element exists as a key in the dictionary. So in if not, then add value, means it, if you are making the empty dictionary, so you have to add the key and the value also. Then after that you can check. Following program illustrates this. Before we move to the program code, it will be good if you talk about the interesting and useful function, split function, that you can use with text to split it in a words. It means it will come handy, especially if try to find frequency of words in a sentence or in a text file. We are using the split works to string. It is a string type only, data type, and breaks up a string into 2 words and create a list. So here it is given text equal to, this is sample string, word text dot split. So here split is given there. So here all the words will be split. This will, this after this comma, then after is comma, after sample comma with string, like this. Then code on the left separate individual words on the basis of default separator white space from the string text. That the code of the right separates individual codes on the basis of given separators. Separator given means here we are giving the separators, means both the side it will show the same output if you are giving the separators or not. By default, separators break up text breaks on white space, but if you can give the separator character, for example, this code is above, consider the above program, but in it is a string format, so the comma will be displayed here. Then this is the program. This is the program. Read first. Then after that, come to the dictionary functions and methods. Let us now talk about various filled-in functions and methods provided by Python to manipulate Python dictionaries. So first one is len method. This method returns the length of dictionary, that is the count of element, key and value pairs in the dictionary. The syntax of this are here len and dictionary. Like this you have to, if you want to take the, if you want a len returns the length of the dictionary, so len and dictionary name you have to call, it will return the output there. Then the clear method. This method removes all the items from the dictionary and dictionary becomes empty dictionary post this method. So if you are having any dictionary name, so if you want to clear that, so after writing the dictionary name you have to call the clear function, that it will returns means takes no, it will not take any arguments. Arguments mean under the bracket if you are giving any arguments that, and it returns no value. Then this is the example of clear. After writing the employee dictionary is there, after writing employee dot clear function, then the employee if you are printing, so the dictionary is empty, only curly bracket will display here. Then get function. With this method you can get the item with the given key similar to dictionary key. If the keys is not present, Python by default gives error, but you can specify your own message through default arguments as per the syntax. It means if you are not if you are searching for the key and the key is not there in the dictionary, so if you want to give any message, then you can write in the program. So like this we are using here the get method. Then come to the item function. This method returns all the items of the dictionary as a sequence of key and value tuples. Now these are written in no particular order. Means it will not written as a particular order. It will return only the key and the value here with the help of items. All the keys will be displayed here. Then key method. Key function is also here in the dictionary. You have already worked with this method. This method returns all the keys in the dictionary as a sequence of key in a form of list. Note that this written on a particular order. Note that these are written in no particular order. So if you are asking giving the dictionary name dot keys, so it will return all the list in a sequence way. All the list in a sequence way it will return which key function. Then value method. This method returns all the values from the dictionary as a sequence, means as a list. Note that these are written in no particular order. The syntax to use this method is given below here. Dictionary name dot value function. It returns all the list as a sequence format. Then the update function method. This method merges key values pairs from the new dictionary into the original dictionary, adding or replacing as needed. The items in the new dictionary are added to the old one and overwrite any items already there with the same key. So the syntax of this is updation. If you want to do any updation, if you want to merge the dictionary to the original one, then you have to write first the dictionary name, then update, and then under the bracket you have to give the argument of the another dictionary name, so it will merge together. So here our topic is completed. So student, please go through the video once or twice, and if you are having any doubt then ask.